lot of pressure. 38 years old was my introduction to the hip. I was in grade 7, and all of the cool people in my grade did I guess it was an English project on like, I don't know, culture, and they were like, my favorite band is the Tragically Hip because they write about cool things like people breaking out of prison. And so I didn't like listen to the Hip for like 6 more years, and then I thought the whole time that the Hip was actually like a band that just like specifically wrote about prison break. So so it was good. It was like good to rediscover it. So the song is kind of cryptic. I did a little. I mean, I thought I had my own like thoughts about it, but I did do some research, and so one of the things I discovered was they changed. So it's based. The first person account is fictional, but it is based on a real life prison break that happened in 1972, and so they changed. The first line is 12 men broke loose in 73, and they just did that to rhyme with security. It's like that thing is like never meet your heroes, because like, then you're like, wow, I'm like, I can't believe it's either badass or like incredibly lazy, and so I think it's both. So the story is from the perspective of the person, and his I guess his sister's been raped, and his brother has been sent to prison for killing the rapist, and so I guess it's very happy subject matter. So the takeoff for me, I guess, was I guess this is about protection. Was my kind of that's what I went with, and so this is what I. My girlfriend once drove her car off a cliff. Airborne, she framed these thoughts: 1, the situation was out of control. 2, death was a real event that actually happened. 3, death happens in situations that are this out of control. 4, she was going to die. Water bears are the most indestructible creatures on the planet. They can be heated to 150 degrees Celsius and chilled above absolute zero. They can survive a decade without water, endure 6 times the pressure of the deepest ocean, withstand 1,000 times more radiation than any other animal. They can also survive in a vacuum. When I say vacuum, I don't mean my vacuum, where apparently a lot of things survive because something's wrong with the nozzle. I mean the vacuum of space, where nothing, atoms, particles, matter of any kind exists, except for them. The dumbest reaction I ever heard to this was my friend who said, "Oh yeah? What if I dropped a car on them?" My friend doesn't have a car. But even if he did, the water bear would have been fine. They do this thing called cryptobiosis, where they pause their metabolism and they enter a state of suspended animation where all of their metabolic procedures stop. It's hard to get your head around. It's this singular biological focus to block out all of the stimuli in order to meet a specific goal. It's kind of like my dad at 2 in the morning when all he does is eat popsicles. It's crazy. He'll like wander down the stairs, zombified, and like throw a plate at his head, doesn't care, but he always manages to find the freezer. My girlfriend didn't die. She landed on the ledge below the cliff on a surface area exactly the same size as her car, coming to with dislocated hips and broken arms and a pierced lung. The only reason she knew she was alive was through sensation, and the only sensation she felt was pain. Each throb and ache a reminder of the miracle of her life. For this reason, she doesn't believe in euthanasia. She doesn't hate the Netherlands or me for disagreeing. It's just a personal ideology forged by circumstance, that life is a gift no matter the pain. I bring up torture. There's this one where you place rats in a bowl, open side down on a person's skin, and you burn the other side, so in attempting to escape, the rats gnaw through the person's bowels and eat them alive. What about then, I ask? Is life still a gift? It's weird, because I thought this was like the poignant part, and this is It's always fun for the first time you're writing in your basement, you're crying, and then you read it, and people are like laughing. Can suffering ever overwhelm gratitude, she says. This is from someone who jumps on a chair whenever she sees a mouse. I know people who are progressive. I also know people who work out at Good Life Fitness. Last time I was there, some guy was walking around with a shirt that said, "Here comes the champ." I thought about that for 15 minutes. Like, what universe he embodies that makes him think that this shirt is acceptable? Like, what he thinks about when he puts it on. Like, now people will know. I'm the champ. I mean, I don't need the shirt because I am the champ. But in case someone doesn't know, I can remind them. Next line. We must recognize ourselves in monsters. When a man at the bar is mean to my girlfriend, my face goes hard as a fist. I think of the avalanche that starts in my heart when she cries, and I wonder if it's possible not to hurt him. Suffering can never overwhelm gratitude, she says. Her tiny mouth to my ear, the bones in my hand against her somehow beating heart. Buy the mean man a drink. I'm so sorry sometimes. Thinking how much will I cost her in the name, thinking how much I will cost her in the name of love. When I lord my body over her, when I speak over her or laugh off her feelings, I'm taught as a man to make her feel small. I am told to say it is for her protection. But she is the one who's been on the lip of the cliff, willing herself breath by breath back to the adventure of life. The water bear, constantly bearing down as humanity exposes her to yet another form of suffering. The clear and focused goal, not to thrive, but to maintain. The basest of all motivations, executed so flawlessly, I can't help but be reminded of grace. This is the real world, the one she helps me understand. Buy the mean man a drink, because he is lonely and I am lucky. And she goes to bed with the scars. The fighter, my lover, the champ.